All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
All right, Shalom, brothers and sisters in this truth. I'm your brother, Mr. LJ, coming to you again. Lord willing, this will be edifying to those of you who are tuning in. And this is actually headlines from Great Babylon, and this is going to be part of the lessons, or basically, I should say, information that I'm bringing out to those of you who are following me. And it's going to go into the headlines in Great Babylon, the things that are going to impact us, okay, as we are to be aware of the times, okay. And of course, I'm going to be looking at the headlines from a scriptural perspective, and I'll be bringing out those precepts with you. So let me share this screen with you, and I'm going to bring out the first one, which is going to be, and as you can see here, the headline, it's talking about, this is Business Insider. Jamie Dimon said JP Morgan is preparing for the U.S. to default on its debt, warning that such a scenario would be potentially catastrophic. Okay, now we're going to look at why this is going to be catastrophic. Here's what's going on here. You have the House Democrats, they passed the bill to raise the debt limit. Now, you take a look at this and you can see the lack of faith and confidence that this man has in his queendom right now. House Democrats on Wednesday passed a bill 219 and 212 to suspend the debt limit through December 2022, sending it to the Senate, where it is expected to fail. Okay, so you see these prophecies and that has been spoken by the elders and teachers and brothers from Great Millstone and the rest of us who are bringing out this truth and this gospel, either through YouTube or going out in the street itself. It is now laying heavy on this wicked queendom. Okay, now how is this going to impact? You have Jakes in this society, okay, the 2/3, okay, who are lost to this truth, that are still clawing and scrambling just the way Esau is, like a desperate animal trying to cling to life, okay, and trying to really, lay their fate and their hope on what they have, what is called lucre, money. Now let's take a look at Psalm 62 and 10, what it says about that. Trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. Now, those of us who were out there in the world at one point in time, you had your 401k, you have your savings, you have, your investments out there like that. And what has been happening with the market lately? It's actually been crumbling. People have been losing tens of thousands of dollars. Right now, right out here in California, you have 200 cargo ships that are parked that are not delivering food and goods to any of these stores out here. Okay, and that's being done intentionally. Okay, you have issues in China. Okay, that's going on with their real estate. Okay, you have issues going on down in Australia where the truckers are striking. Okay, and over here, Babylon itself have a lot of issues, in which I'm going to bring those other headlines out there, and these headlines will, deal with more on what you see going on right now with these mandates. Okay, so let's go back to the headlines again. Okay, and I'm going to bring this other one out here to you. So what does it say here? It says, health workers once saluted as heroes now get threats. Okay, now get threats. Healthcare workers once saluted as heroes now get threats. So why are these healthcare workers getting threats? Okay, it's because the people are wise. So what's going on? Let's go to the book of Psalms 31 and 18. It says, let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak grievous things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous. Now, what were these things that these healthcare workers were speaking against the righteous? Okay, wasn't Jake, us, weren't we the face of this so-called pandemic that's going on? Yes, we have been the face of this. Okay, they've been coming at the Latinos and the so-called blacks and the native Indians throughout the entire time that they've been going out there, and we initially were the target we are the target here in Great Babylon of, being able, we must make these people succumb to the mandates, okay? And so right now, what you see going on is, this is not Jake going and harassing these people. Interestingly, when you read this, uh, it says, they were saluted as heroes with nightly clapping from windows and balconies. Some are being issued panic buttons in case of assault and ditching their scrubs before going out in public for fear of harassment. Why? Because you see, the Edomites are losing their job too. Okay, the Edomites are losing their job. Okay, and right now, I have a series that's going on right now about Jake's lack of faith and their hope into this wicked queendom. Okay, and I have part 3 that's going to be coming out this evening. But I also have a series that's probably going to be a 10-part that's going to really show the judgment that's going to come to this place and exactly what's going on here with these Edomites, okay? Because if any of you have worked with them like that, you'd hear the way they speak in regards to what they're experiencing right now, and they've never expected to go through what they're going through. Okay, let's go to the next headline here, and it says racial gap eliminated in U.S. survey. Okay, now this is very interesting. Okay, this is very interesting. Let me bring it back to me. This is very interesting because when you go into let's go into the book of Jeremiah 44, starting with verse 4, and it said, howbeit I sent unto you all my servants the prophet, that's from great millstone all the way down to the brother like me, okay, rising early and sending them saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate. And what is the abominable thing that Yahweh Shemel Shai hate? Okay, and that is bowing down to this wicked ass doggone queendom, bowing down to this man and his mandates, bowing down to this man and his wicked decrees. Okay, because why? You're afraid to face just a little bit of a tribulation. Okay, you've had a soft, cushy life, or you intend to go after that cushy life. You have that jealousy, that envy of these other nations that are here in this wicked kingdom, who have been brought here for just for destruction. Okay, that you want to follow and have what they have. Let's continue on. But they hearken not. Of course, Jake doesn't want to hear. Nor incline the ear to turn from the wickedness, to burn no incense unto other gods. And who are these other gods? These other gods are not other than doggone Esau, promoting himself as the savior of everybody. And this is what Esau has done. He's played a great mind game with everybody. Okay, but it's going to be working against him. So we got right here, this is a Eve right here. You can see she has a Sunday best wig on, look like one of those ones that, every Sunday, throwing her a little a change into the pastor, make sure pastor can have his private jets. Okay, that's complying. So Esau is bragging. Racial gap eliminated. They've gotten the 2/3. So guess who they're focusing on right now? You bet it. They're focusing on the rest of us. Those of us who hold this gospel true. Those of us who have fear of Yahweh Shemel Shai and will follow the Lamb wherever he goeth. Okay, and that's this reason why every day we come and we tell you gird up your loins. Okay, and prepare for what is to come. Okay, let's go into some other headlines here. Okay, so we got the Guardian. Alabama plans to use COVID relief fund to finance prison building spree. Now, this was supposed to be the fund for who? It's supposed to be the fund for COVID, right? So why is it going to be building prison? They're going to be building prison because why? You have that 10 those 10 FEMA locations, okay? Remember, Babylon is divided in 10 different sections, and this is what FEMA has, okay? There's a lot of Jakes that's going to be going to prison, and a lot of these Edomites and these other nations here too. Moabite, you Ishmaelites, okay, you Elamites, you Hamites, okay? You're all going into those prisons, okay? But as you can see here, as I will share the screen again with you, all right? Okay, who's always the face of these prisons? It's always going to be Jake. Okay, so they tend to do a lot of damage with Jake here. As you can see, they say those southern states are the ones that are resisting the most. Okay, and who live in the southern states? Jakes. Okay, and it says, will a mandate trigger the Great Resignation? Okay, now when you look at this headline here, okay, the first paragraph talks about it in a positive way. Where they think that they can, finagle people to, go along with it. But in the second part, really brought what the reality of it is. And the fact is what? The Great Resignation has already started. Let's take a look at it. A resignation isn't necessarily, just someone telling you you're fired. It can be that you decide to terminate yourself from what you deem as oppression. Okay? Nearly 600 United Airlines employees losing their jobs after refusing to get, okay? So this is what we see going on here. Now, who are those 600 employees? We don't know. Okay, there could be Jake's. Okay, now remember, Jake isn't only someone that looks like me, with brown skin. Okay, Jake also can look like some of these Edomites. Okay, you can have the police officer that quit out here in San Jose. He looked like an Edomite, but we can tell by the spirit that he's a Jake. We know that. Okay, so we don't know who those are and what their reason are. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're in this truth. It's just that they decided that they are not going to follow what they consider to be, something that's impeding on amendment or their amendment rights and stuff like that here in Great Babylon, because a lot of people are carnal in that way. Okay, now let's go back to the news again. Now, actually, before we go back into the news, I want to go into the book of Ecclesiastics here, and this is going to lead into the closure of these news headlines. Okay, so we're going to go into Ecclesiastics, and it's Ecclesiastic 5, starting at verse 4, and it says, Ecclesiastic 5, starting with verse 4, and it says, "Say not, I have sinned, and what harm had happened unto me? For the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, is long suffering. He will in no wise let thee go." And we know that that's the wicked, Edomites. Okay, but that's also Jake. Okay, that's going along with the system. Okay, that's going along with the Babylonian way of life. Okay, preparing to celebrate Halloween, preparing to celebrate Thanksgiving, preparing to celebrate Christmas. Okay, they still have that doggone, lassie dog in their head as, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. Okay, they still worship that image. Okay, let's continue. Concerning propitiation, okay, that's propitiation. Okay, and let's take a look at what the meaning of that word means. It means the action of appropriating or appeasing a god, spirit, or person. Okay, so it says, concerning pleasing Yahweh Shem Shai, be not without fear to add sin unto sin, and say not his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sin, for mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation rested upon sinners. Make no tarrying. What does the word tarrying means here? Let's take a look at it. It means stay longer than intended, delay leaving a place. Make no tarry to turn to the Lord. Meaning you need to get out of here mentally, out of Babylon and the way things are going. Okay? This is not the place of rest. Do not put your hope in here. Let me give you an example here. Okay? And I'm not going to make this one personal, but I know somebody who lost tens of thousands of dollars in just 1 week, okay, from the stock and the stock market and stuff like that. And that's all I'm going to say. All right? That just goes to show you don't put your hope into this place. Let's go. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, Yahweh Shai, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Okay? Let's take a look at the rest of these headlines here, and we're going to close out. Okay? So, as you can see here, these people, they decided, hey, you know what? Screw it. I'm not going to go along with it. Okay? You've got, in the military, you've got airmen, okay, saying that thousands in the Air Force is looking for work. Okay? Now, this is the same as I said earlier. Jake, and I'm not calling this young lady here Jake, but Jake is still trying to scramble around, trying to find a way how they can get around the mandate. No, just simply it's just as simple. This man has made war against the saint. It's just that simple. So we are now in war. Okay? So there's no compromise. If they want to fire you, let them fire you, or you just walk away. That's all there is to it. Okay? Now I know some of you have never lived on just a slice of bread for a week on end or years. Okay? And you can probably hear from my accent that I was born in a different place, in some place called the Caribbean. Okay? And when you don't have, let me let you know this. When you don't have shit to eat down there, and you don't have shit, you don't have shit. There ain't no welfare. There's none of that stuff. All right? So you got to tough your mind up and be prepared for what is coming. So look at this headline here. A critical moment, confident Biden's ability to handle key issues eroding. Of course. Okay? Of course, when you get a wicked the wicked in rulership, what do you think is going to happen? Okay? What does it say? U.S. troops go to court seeking exemption for those who fought the 19. Okay, why are you seeking exemption? You're going to die anyway. I'm here to tell you you're going to die. You're going to die if you stay in the U.S. military. You know why you're going to die? Because the book of Revelation says you're going to die. There's many scriptures that says you're going to die, and I'm going to bring those lessons out. Okay, so why are you scrambling in court just to stay into an organization where it's going to be obliterated? Okay, the means are going to come and obliterate the U.S. military. It's going to fall. So thousands are leaving. Okay, and the only people that are staying are the ones that's looking to get like a check if they believe in this society that they're going to get a retirement. Let's take a look at this other headline. More companies are requiring applicants to be and not just in California. Look here, you can get calls. Okay, you can get calls for work, and they say, hey, are you? Of course not. Do you want a job? Hell no. When the hell would you want a job, just or broke, here in a queendom that's going to be destroyed soon? This place is about to fall apart. Okay, and I'm going to let you. If you're an Edomite and you're watching this, I'm going to bring out a series. Right, I'm going to bring out a series for you. Okay, with videos. Okay, to show you how pitiful and petrified you people are going to be. You people have no clue of the judgment you got coming for you, and you're going to get double. All right. So that's it from the headlines here. I just thought I'd just bring it out to you here live. I do have my part three of the lesson that I've been bringing out for the last couple of days here. That's going to be coming out this evening. So stay tuned for that. Like that, with all of this, I'd like to give a close out by saying all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the teachers and elders and brothers of Great Millstone, to you brothers out there putting out the truth daily and fearlessly, and to you brothers and sisters that are tuning in. Shalom, DT, and Abal Babal. More news, no more bad news coming for you.